We know that mindfulness has many benefits, from lowering our blood pressure to improving our overall well-being and levels of happiness. But what exactly is mindfulness? Mindfulness has been defined in many ways, but one definition that's been offered by Jon Kabat-Zinn is that mindfulness is awareness that comes about from paying attention to the present moment on purpose without judgment. Again, paying attention to the present moment on purpose without judgment. And the practice of engaging in this brings about awareness. So let's talk about some of these components of this definition. Paying attention. Paying attention refers to noticing your experience as it is happening. So noticing the sensations of your body, the breath moving through your body, noticing thoughts and emotions that you're experiencing, noticing sights, sounds, smells, things that are happening around you. Paying attention to your experience as it happens. And that brings us to the present moment. Mindfulness is paying attention to the present moment. So we're paying attention to what is happening right now in our experience. Not something that happened yesterday or 2 weeks ago that we're ruminating about, or not something that we're anticipating or worrying about in the future, but our experience as it is unfolding right now in the present moment. Mindfulness is paying attention to the present moment on purpose. Mindfulness is intentionally taking the time to observe our experience and what is happening right now. We are making a choice about where to place our attention, what to pay attention to, and we're choosing to pay attention to the present moment. And finally, mindfulness is paying attention to the present moment on purpose without judgment. We pay attention to our experience as it unfolds in a non-judgmental, non-critical way. We are noticing without reacting immediately to our experiencing. We may be noticing anger, tension, joy, worries, planning, whatever it is that we're noticing, and we're noticing it without judgment in a non-critical way. This is very difficult to do because we're very good at criticizing ourselves, how we think, how we see the world, and what we're doing. So mindfulness is a particular way of paying attention in a non-critical, non-judgmental way. So the goal of mindfulness is to be aware of what is happening and accepting it as it is without judgment, without trying to change it, without criticism. It's a way of aligning our mind, our body, and our heart in the present moment. We can also look at mindfulness as the space that is created between the stimulus in our environment and any response that we may have. So often our environment stimulates us and we react in a habitual way that may not serve us very well. Mindfulness is that space between stimulus and response where we create time and space to make a choice about where we place our attention and how we respond. So it can change our impulsive reactions to more thoughtful ones and show us that we really do have a choice about how we respond to things that are happening around us. One way to practice mindfulness is to train our attention by focusing on one thing. And the practice of focusing on the breath is a classic mindfulness practice that can bring us into the present moment. Focusing on the breath is a beautiful way to practice mindfulness because our breath is always with us. No matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, we always have access to our breath. We can always stop, pause, take a breath, and bring ourselves into the present moment. The other beautiful thing about our breath is that our breath is part of our body and it brings us to the bodily sensations. Our bodies are also always in the present moment. And so by focusing on the breath, it brings us directly into the present moment. Also, the act of breathing, especially breathing out, naturally relaxes us, lowers our heart rates, calms us, and allows us to better be able to focus on the present moment in a restful way with ease. There are 3 steps to mindfulness of the breath, practicing mindfulness of the breath. First of all, just breathe normally and noticing your breath move in and out. Don't try to change your breath. Just notice how your breath feels as it moves in and out of your body. Particularly pay attention to the sensations that you feel as you're breathing. Where do you feel the breath most prominently as it comes in or goes out? Do you feel it at your nose, at the nostril? Is it a coolness or tingling or warmth in the back of your throat? Perhaps you feel your breath most prominently in your chest or your abdomen as the breath fills your chest cavity or your abdomen. Just notice where you feel the breath most prominently and rest your attention there. Just notice the sensations. As I said, don't try to change it. Just notice the sensations you're feeling of the breath as it moves in and as it moves out. Sometimes people find it helpful to gently note the breath as it moves in and out. Maybe label in, out, breathing in, breathing out. Just having a gentle noting to help you maintain focus on the breath and the sensations that you're feeling as you're breathing in and out. The second step is to notice when you lose your awareness of the breath and start thinking else or find your mind going in a different direction. And this will happen. It is the nature of our mind to think. We think, and so as we are focusing on the breath, we're going to lose awareness of the breath. It will happen. So noticing when you lose your awareness of the breath is a critical moment of the practice. You're noticing where your attention is. It's a critical moment of the practice. So as you notice where your attention is, just gently note what it has moved to. Planning, thinking, worrying. Perhaps it is an emotion, sadness, joy, boredom. Whatever it is, just note where your attention has gone. And then in the third step, gently bring yourself back to your focus on the breath. Without judgment, without criticism, or a lot of commentary, just gently know where your attention has wandered and kindly and with compassion bring yourself back to the breath. This is the magic moment of the practice. This is when you notice where your attention lies and you make a choice about where to focus your attention. You also have an opportunity here to do something really different. We're very good at berating ourselves, criticizing ourselves. I'm not doing it right. This is your opportunity to do something different and just notice and without judgment, gently bring yourself back to the breath. And if you have to do this 1,000 times during your mindfulness practice, that's okay. That is the practice. The practice is to notice where our awareness lies and to gently bring ourselves back with intentionality, making a choice about where we place our attention. And it is in that choice where our freedom lies.